Hey guys, this is Miss Silva, and today we will be discussing the topic of career exploration and what that specifically means for you as a middle school student. So we're going to be covering a couple of things today. We're going to be talking about what exactly is career exploration. We are going to go over the 3 steps of career planning. We will also talk about what are interests and multiple intelligences and what does that have to do with career exploration and career planning. Why are those things important? I will also give you some helpful websites for career planning that you can use on your own to find out more about careers and learn more about different jobs and careers out there. There is also a career exploration activity that I will give you information on that you can use on your own. And we are going to also talk about some career week tools and things you can use during our career week, which is starting next week. So, what is career exploration? So, on here we have career exploration is a process that requires gathering information about oneself and information about careers. And pretty much what that means is it's the process of getting to know yourself as well as getting to know what careers out there and figuring out the connection between your interests, your skills, your strengths, and careers. That's pretty much what we're focusing on. What careers out there go along with the skills that you have, with the interests that you have? What's the connection? This can all sound a little bit overwhelming, but I just wanted to make sure that you guys understand that in middle school, our big focus is on figuring out what it is that we like and what we're good at, and starting to look at what careers and what jobs go along with those things. That's our biggest focus when it comes to career exploration in middle school. Okay, so there are 3 steps when it comes to career planning. Step 1 is understanding yourself and just using different self-assessments to figure out what you like, what you don't like. Step 2 is gathering information about careers. And step 3 is finally integrating those 2 things and bringing those 2 things together out there. So let's dig into understanding yourself, which is the step 1 of career exploration. Just to see what exactly that means, since we are going to be spending a lot of time, and you're going to be spending a lot of time doing this during your middle school years. When we're talking about understanding yourself, we are asking certain questions. For example, what are your interests, your skills, your values? What do you think is important to you? What are your own personal traits, your intelligences, multiple intelligences? And what are your characteristics? Those are all things that you start figuring out during these years, and that will eventually help you figure out what the best route or best path for you is when it comes to careers and jobs. So we're going to start talking about interests. This is something that's super important that you, during our activities, are going to be thinking a lot about. These are the things that we love to do. These things also tell a lot about what careers might interest you one day. And the reason why interests are so important is because ideally you want to be able to find a career or a job that you love or are inspired to do every day. And these are the types of things that thinking about these interests and what you love to do will eventually get you there. So these are some questions below that you can reflect on to think about what are some things that you like. All different questions that you can begin to ask yourself to reflect on what are things that you are more interested in doing and love to do. Okay, so something else that we want to take a look at when we are thinking about self-assessment is multiple intelligences. So different people have different abilities, and this is a really important thing to take a look at when you are choosing careers in our career planning. So we have some people who might be more verbally inclined and good with verbal skills. That means they use language to present their ideas, express their feelings, they're good at expressing themselves. There are some folks that are better with logical and math intelligence. That means they're able to reason a little bit better, they're more logical, they can handle math problems better. We also have folks who are visually and spatially intelligent. That means they tend to be better at art, creating and interpreting visual images, or just learn more visually. They are able to see things and think in 3 dimensions. We also have folks that are a little bit better with bodily kinesthetic intelligence. That means that they're able to express themselves physically. They're better at doing things hands-on. We have some that exhibit naturalist intelligence. That means they are good at understanding nature, they see patterns, they're able to classify things. We also have people who are musically intelligent. That means it comes easy to create and feel rhythm, express themselves in that way, detecting and analyzing music. And then we have some folks that are very strong at interpersonal intelligence within themselves. They're able to understand their own thoughts and feelings in a very clear way. There's also people who are good with interpersonal intelligence when it comes to other people and between people, and they're able to understand the feelings and needs of others. So those, different people have different intelligences, different traits, and this just gives you an idea. And so an important thing to start looking at is, where do you fall? In what area and what category do you fall when it comes to to multiple intelligences? Something else that we will use a lot to figure out what careers are best for you based on your personality traits is the Holland's Code, the RIASEC model. It's pretty much like a career key. So depending on your personality, whether it's realistic, investigative, artistic, social, enterprising, or conventional, based on your personality, there's certain types of careers that are better for you or that are best for you. So the different personalities on the RIASEC or RIASEC model are realistic, investigative, artistic, social, enterprising, and conventional. So the realistic personalities are the doers, they're practical, they're hands-on work. Investigative folks or investigative personalities, they're thinkers, they research, they like analysis. Artistic folks are creators, makers, they're intuitive, they're creative. Social folks are helpers, teachers, trainers, a people person. Enterprising, they're persuaders, influential, persuasive, they're usually leaders. And finally, conventional personalities are folks that love to organize, they're detail driven, they're structured, they're very organized. So you can take a look at that, and just based on your own personality, where you would think that you would fit in. And in the activity that we'll be doing later on, you'll get an opportunity to do some checking off to see where in the personality realm you end up. Okay, so the next step in career planning is finding out information about different careers. This is something that you can do online. This is something that you can do through books. This is something that you can do through asking questions, through career weeks and career day events. But pretty much you're learning about careers, you're learning about the types of jobs under those career categories, you're learning about what educational requirements you're going to need for those particular careers, as well as what are the functions in those jobs or careers. What will you need to do in those particular careers to be successful? You will get an opportunity to do this by visiting different websites, but also through the activity that we're going to do at the end of this, you will get an opportunity to actually go into a website and research some of these careers and some of these jobs to learn a little bit more about them. So there are a ton of helpful career websites out there. You can do your own research, you can just Google it. But here I'm just giving you a couple of examples of some really helpful career websites that you can go to and find out more about specific careers. So maybe you have something already in mind that you're interested in. You can definitely research those careers that you're interested in. But after you do your activity and you are able to see where you fall in what type of personality you have, you're going to be able to they're actually going to recommend certain careers for you that you can research and you can look at. There's so many careers and jobs out there. My advice is just to research as much as possible and look into as many careers as you can. Just get yourself educated on what's out there, because you might think you might be set on one particular career, but this research can open your eyes to other careers that you maybe have never thought of doing before. So the third part of career planning is integrating or integration. Okay, it's integrating what you have learned about yourself through your self-assessments, thinking about your interests, your personality, your multiple intelligences, and also combining that with the information you're learning about all these other careers and just kind of integrating them and putting them together. So just a couple of things, you take what you know about yourself and connect it with the reality of the work world. You know, what is it that you have, your skill sets, what will you need to be able to be successful in these careers. Also, you know, you begin to evaluate your career options that are practical for you. You know, what might work for you, what might not work for you. You start thinking about those things. But the most important thing at this point also is that not only are you learning about yourself, but you're understanding yourself as a learner, because that's what we're doing right now in school. And you know, getting the sense and understanding the fact that knowing what you put into your education does go, you know, it does go hand in hand with what you get out of it. Okay, so that's super important. You know, I know different careers had different requirements for education, but it is important that you start kind of thinking about how your education is going to affect where you end up in the future and what career options you will have in the future. So this is the career exploration activity that you will be doing. You will have this document and a copy of this document that will be added to Teams, so you're able to do this on your own. But you're going to go to the website mynextmove.org, and on this website you're going to be able to record your interest levels. You're going to be able to record your scores for your personality, your RIASEC, RISEC, the Hollins code. And you're going to be able to, you know, once you have your scores, figure out which of those personalities, which scores are your highest. And based on those scores, you will be able to choose 3 careers that fall under those scores or your highest scores. And you're going to be able to do a little bit more research on those careers. This is also a great website. You don't necessarily have to just visit those careers that are recommended for you, but you can visit any other type of career, and you'll be able to kind of record not just the job description or the job title, but you know, what's the type of education level that you will need, what's the salary for that particular job or career, what personality traits are needed, what knowledge, what are your skill sets that will be needed. All these things you'll be able to record just to start making you think a little bit further about what will be needed in order for you to be successful in any particular career. So next week, one of the things that we're doing at Ida B. Wells is we are planning a virtual career week for you. Unfortunately, we can't do the real thing because we're not in school, but this will be a great way to expose you guys to other different careers as well. We will have some presenters who will be recording and presenting on their careers for you, and you guys will be able to take a look at that. Finally, here are some Career Week tools for you guys. You will also be getting these as documents on Teams just to help you throughout our Career Week. Like I said, you will be seeing a lot of different videos on different presenters and different careers. But we have 2 documents here that we have come up with. One of them are just different questions for Career Week presenters, or different things just to keep in mind. There is a chance that you might be able to ask these questions, maybe not, because you will be watching some videos. But we also have another document which are just, you know, it's a note-taking form. This is just another way to keep track of not just every presenter, but, you know, what are the skill sets that you need? What education did that particular presenter need for that particular career? You know, what are the skill sets, personality traits, challenges, all of those things are things that you'll be able to take notes on. Well, hopefully this was helpful in helping you guys start thinking about your future and about careers and possible careers in your future. Again, the important part is for you to start learning what your strengths are, what is it that you love to do, what you like to do, what you're good at, where you have challenges. That's super important in the process, or beginning the career planning process. But also the important part is start doing your research about if there is a particular career that you want to do or that you see yourself doing, what will it take for you to be able to get to that career or that job. That's where we are right now. So hopefully you got something out of this. Again, the activity as well as the other 2 documents for Career Week will be available on Teams, as well as this presentation. So look out for that. And I will see you guys later. Bye.